audio. In 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 audio.
Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV, and we are live. 3-point collectors in the building. We're here. Big 3 points away at Ellen Rose. Leeds are falling apart again. Leeds are falling apart again. But we're here, people. Make sure you smash the like up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Double A, what are you saying, bro? Everything all good?
Bro, everything's red rosy over here, mate. Water roses, it's all looking red over here, pal. I'm good. Hope all
Yeah.
you man are good. It's good to be back. The only podcast you need to be watching on a Sunday evening. Unfiltered podcast. The legend's not just myself. Saeed, big up Saeed, mate.
Come on.
The guy I fall in love with every time I see him. Met for the first time in the flesh. Andy Tate, I love him. And Flawless, my guy, I love. Just chatting football, man. It's good to be back and big up the chat. It's good to see. And this week, guys, no other team. I'm wearing no other team this week. I don't want a cooking for wearing any other team. It's United only. I've got United on underneath. I want peace. I want harmony today because
I think you got it, mate.
Absolutely. Big up to Andy Tate in the building. Andy, how are you? Everything all good?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. Things are happening. I don't want to talk about it, but you can't help but look at it with the league position. But that's an argument for another day. But hey, we're second, if only for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are saying to me, I changed the title. I didn't change the title because I knew City were going to beat Aston Villa. That was kind of a situation that was going to happen. We got Flawless in the building. Flawless, what are you telling me? You good?
I'm blessed, man. Always good. Always look forward to the show as well. Even better when Manchester United win. So that's good. And it's always good to get one over on Leeds as well. Because even though they are no threat in terms of winning anything, can't stand them. Really don't like Leeds.
Yeah.
The fact, like I don't. People are like, oh, I love Leeds in the Premier League and the rivalry. I need them relegated. I need them relegated. Let's just meet them in cups. I need Leeds relegated this season. So yeah, man, I'm glad we got the win as well. And big up for having me as always. And shout out to the chat as well.
Absolutely, man. Big up the chat. We got Charlie's in the chat. You know what I mean? Sitting comfortably, 17 points clear of Liverpool. That's crazy. I know they got 2 games in hand, But
Are we
even if,
17
man, you
points
still got to
clear?
win
You gotta
them.
win him. You gotta win him now.
Still got to win them, innit?
30 points behind him, 35 points behind him, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, man.
They are the definition of mid. Your manager's mid. Your players are mid. You man are in mid-table. In 10th. Mid. You know what I'm saying? Everything about you, man, is long may it continue as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Double A, we'll start off with you, man. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think we're gonna win today. I thought it was gonna be one of them games. I even thought Leeds were gonna nick it. But Ten Hag, you know what I mean? Super subs came on. The tactical change in Martinez coming on as well. Got an actual impact. Obviously, Rashford getting his goal. Listen, man, it was a perfect day in the end, man. You know what I mean? Because I didn't see it coming. It was a frustrating day for me. Like, I don't know how you've seen the game, but let us know, man.
It's a typical United Leeds game at Ellen Road. It's, you know, I liken it to a Manchester derby or going to Liverpool. It's that close. It's that tight. Them games. It's not an easy place to play. No matter how good or how poorly Leeds are playing, they were buoyed from Wednesday night.
Yeah.
But my biggest takeaway from this game, this team are mentality monsters. This team do not stop. Ten Hag is instilling that winning mentality in this team to keep on going. Yes, we didn't play amazing. Yes, there's room for improvement. But the one thing we won without Casemiro. People are slagging us off now for saying we fall apart without Casemiro. We proved that wrong today. We kept a clean sheet as well with Maguire in the team. Another big positive. This team are getting that winning mentality. And once that first trophy comes through against Newcastle, we are on for bigger and better things. And you have to be happy with that result. I don't care about the first 80 minutes. Could not give a shit. We won the game. We got in. We took the points. We're home, safe, wrapped up warm, took in them 3 points into bed with a nice cup of cocoa. Thank you very much. See you later, Leeds. That's all I care about.
Absolutely. Andy, what are you saying? Obviously, you've seen the game. What was your emotions in the game, mate? You know what I mean? Obviously, it wasn't the most prettiest game. Maguire, a few moments. Fred, sometime, even though he got man of the match, there was a few midfield situations happening, you know, and Bruno missing chances. But in the end, like Double A says, we've got the 3 points, and that's all that matters. But how was your emotions in the game?
It's the performance. I mean, I just got out of rehab this morning because of Fred on Wednesday. And
I was about to genuinely ask
you,
good Andy.
Fred was man of the match today as well. It says it all. And probably Thursday, I'll be back in rehab. You know what I mean?
Life of Fred.
Goals are trying to put me back into rehab. Yeah. But the performance was reminiscent of years gone by with the Fergie times. A bit before your time. You might have seen it a bit. What you call it, like grinding out a 1-0 with Andy Cole back in 99, 2000 and that. I could go back even further with Kinchelskis and Giggs in 94. Sort of like that sort of atmosphere. Leeds have their chances here and there. And it was tight. It was like, a mistake could cost the game. And it was an all-round good performance at the end. Like I say, when we got the right back four, when we went to a 4-4-2, it sort of clicked right with Martinez and Wan-Bissaka coming on. And I said, Harry Maguire made a feat mistakes, and his crossfield balls, like, oh man. But he did, he played a part. That one in the first half, God, he had to be on the money to time that right. Otherwise, he would have given away a pelter. So it's like the first half was like nicky picky, tic tacky. Then Bruno had that one chance, and he should have buried it.
Should have buried it.
And the corner, millimeters from sneaking in. And then it was like just more than the second half as well. Just see the game out to a point. Weghorst was nothing, was doing nothing. But what can you do? What can a lad do if he's getting no supply? He's getting no supply. Rashford on the wing didn't really do good. It's non-existent. It was wasted first half for Rashford, but the second half, Leeds had 1 or 2 chances. De Gea had a great save, but once the substitutes were made, we sort of like clicked it, and then that last 20-25 minutes, we were well worth the win with the Luke Shaw cross. Rashford's head off, and it was onside. I don't know why there was a flipping VAR check as well. It's killing the game. And Garnacho, even Vegos played the assist for Garnacho. So that is good. He's playing a part. And Garnacho, he's like that pointing, doing that pointing, like I say, he's just silenced the haters, and it's all good, mate. And we got out of Dodge, and we're back over the M62. And I say we were second for a few hours, and I want more. I want a taste of that a bit more.
Yeah.
Who knows? We're 5 points off the top. I mean, who's to say we could have been 8? We could have been out of sight. We could have been closer, but it is football, guys.
Absolutely, you're right, man. Big up to Samuel Twist. I don't understand Harry Maguire has zero pace, but always tries to dribble, pass the ball fast. Bro thinks he's Rio. I think in his own mind, he's got his own kind of way of doing things, and obviously he thinks he's got time all the time. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Big up to everybody who's locked in. There's over 600 of you in the chat. Please, guys, smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to everybody. Yeah, man. So hit the like button on video. Flawless, chat to me, man. Big win. You know what I mean? It was one of them again, another game where, you know what I mean, we weren't at our best, but we managed to win. And we didn't do that last season. We didn't. And Ten Hag has installed that kind of belief now. Belief is what you go to the end. You don't play for 60 minutes. You don't play for 70. You play for 90 plus. You play to the end.
Absolutely. And what you said there, I was actually going to say where there's belief. I have belief watching us even when we're not playing well that we can go and get a result. Like, that's testament to Ten Hag and the work these players have done, because we weren't good, specifically the second half. I think minus the Delo hitting the bar, we didn't have another attack of note up until the goal. And the goal was a piece of quality. The pass from Sabitzer, I don't see enough people talking about that. The crossfield pass to Shaw, the way Shaw brought it down, pinpoint cross, and that Rashford header again. You know what I'm saying? That's the second time now he's put in the air. He's because he's not renowned for being great in the air. And then once he scores that, it's like, all right, this is game on. Because for all the possession Leeds had, for all the quote-unquote domination they had, they didn't create a lot. It's not like De Gea made save after save after save. And it's
he made one big save, and that was it with his feet on the second half. And that was
legit it. So for all that, but like, we had better chances. You got the Bruno who had the half chance in the first half. In the first half, the one he should have buried. How he missed that, I don't know. Dalot hit the bar as well, and then you've got the Rashford goal and the Garnacho goal. But yeah, please for Rashford again. Garnacho over the moon for him. That's a game for him as well. Like I said, once we went 1-0 up, that's the perfect type of game to bring Garnacho off the bench. And I was pleased, and the finish was good because he did the keeper with the eyes. Because when it's gone in, when I'm watching it at first time, I'm thinking, that's a keeper mistake because he's got beaten at his near post. But I think Meslier is expecting him to wrap it far post, and he's wrapped it near post, which I really, really like. Always great finish to beat Leeds, like I stated. Yeah, top finish. And Ten Hag, props to him with his subs, because when he put Rashford through the middle, Weghorst in the 10, I'm like, what's going on? It worked though. Weghorst, you could argue, was our best midfielder. It worked.
Bro,
like, we know he's tired. You could legit argue. It's not something I want to see.
I wasn't familiar.
Forward, but I wasn't familiar with your game. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as Ten Hag does something, I trust him. I'm like, that's why I don't, even if I don't understand, I'm like, all right, let's let it play out. I won't criticize him. And it worked. Again, defensively solid. Bear in mind, we made changes. Bear in mind, our 2 starting centre-halves were missing. And our 2 starting central midfielders were missing. And our starting striker. So we're missing the majority of our spine. And we still gone away to Leeds and still won. It was always going to be tough. Despite their league position, the place was going to be rocking, which it was. The players are going to be bang up for it. But we did the business, and I'm really pleased with that. That's a momentum shifter. Like, in terms of if we would have drew or lost that game after drawing to them, it's like, it's a punch in the stomach. You seen how the Arsenal lot reacted to dropping points to Brentford. It could have been like that for us. And I'm not talking about Manchester United chasing the league. I'm just talking momentum going into the Barcelona game on Thursday, going into the Carabao Cup final. Form is something you can't switch on and off.
Arsenal's form is now.
Yeah, you can't switch it off.
Now.
It's not a light
see
switch.
Where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's not it's not a tap. You can't turn form on and off. And I think that's a lot of the time why Ten Hag plays strong teams in the cup. But he rested Varane today. Martinez didn't play today, which telling me that Shaw's going to play as the left-sided centre-back at the new camp, which I'm...
You wanted to give a bit of...
Yeah, you wanted to get familiarity with it. Like, all right, you're going to be playing centre-back. Let's run that on Thursday. And yeah, it was good to see Varane rested, because I believe that's what happened today. Casemiro will be back, so that will help our midfield tremendously. But overall, an ugly win, but a good win. We're not going to play... Look at the team. Our midfield was Fred, Sabitzer, and Bruno. Was people expecting beautiful football? It was never going to happen.
It was one of them.
it was work hard and match Leeds, and then when we get our chances, take them. And props to Rashford and
They
Ganacho
helped
because
each
they
other
did
today,
just that.
though, which I liked. They
Yeah,
helped
we
each other
worked
better.
hard. Yeah,
today.
man, we was in a battle because Leeds is always going to be away there, and the players stood up to the task in terms of we weren't found wanting. It was lack of skill today. It wasn't lack of effort. And because we have better players, our skill is going to shine through. Like I said, the first goal was 3 individual pieces of magic. There's a bit to pass the Shaw cross to Rashford header. Leeds don't have players in their side who can do them things. And that's why we're third and they're what, 17th?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason that manager just got sacked. Right? The quality difference, and you see it. So yeah, overall, man, I'm well chuffed about that result. Chuffed.
You know what I'm gonna say. I think for me, we were talking behind the scenes, me and Andy Tate were saying I was kind of disappointed about that Leeds result on Wednesday. But if you look at it back, we were 2-0 down and we came back 2-2. Obviously, every point you lose at home is difficult. But now after Sunday, I'm like, you know what? I'm a bit more positive now because we won that game now today. And obviously, people have dropped points, which is kind of mad. I'm not looking at it back and thinking, oh, we drew that game. We still had the spirit and the fight back to come back from 2-0 down, which I don't think we would have done last season. So I think it's a positive in itself, Double A.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Go on. Anyone can go. Yeah, go on.
Nah, it's cool. Go on, Double A.
No, absolutely. You look at Wednesday, and we all spoke after the game, and it was literally we were asleep for the start of both halves, and they caught us napping, and you know, we fought our way back because that's what we do at the moment. We're mentality monsters. He's got that drilled into this team that we keep on going, keep on pushing. We'll find a way back into the game. Today, listen, people are going to say we played rubbish, we were this, we were that. It's a perfect away performance in the Premier League. No game is easy to go to. We saw that at Brentford. We saw that at Palace. We saw that at Liverpool. We saw it at Man City as well. What we did was we played it perfectly. We let them blow, huff, huff, huff. And then we hit them. And we hit them rapid with 2 goals. And we took the points. And that's all that matters in the Premier League. Yes, there's things to learn. But we learned stuff from Wednesday and took it into this game. You talked about Sabitzer and Fred. They were massively improved from Wednesday playing together. They looked like they'd learned and took what they learned from that game into this game. And they improved upon it. And that's all we want from these players is to improve the next time they hit the field. And that team did that. There was a comment there saying if we'd have played a better team today, it would have been 3 or 4 like Brentford. If we were playing a better team today, Maguire and Shaw wouldn't have been the centre-backs. It would have been Brandon Martin.
You wouldn't have got that big, fact.
Go on. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, bro. Go on.
I was just going to say quick, but yeah, that's ifs. Like, we weren't playing a better team. We were playing Leeds, who were in 17th.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like they're 7th, no disrespect, they're 17th or wherever they are, 18th for a reason.
Yeah.
If they were that much better, they'd be higher up the table. We're 3rd for a reason. I'm tired of people acting like Manchester United are not one of the most informed teams in Europe and one of the most informed teams in the league. Look at the amount of games we've won in our last 20. It's like 23 out of the last 26 or something like that. And even with players missing, we went there and got a result. Because people weren't talking about, if we would have played a bad team when we drew against Leeds, it was all on United. Like, nah. But yeah, go on, carry on.
Well,
sorry,
you're absolutely right. And I think, you know, in a season as cramped as this is, what we're playing at the moment, every 3.5 days we're playing a game. We can't perform 100% all the time. We have to accept sometimes the levels aren't going to be there, but we still should expect to win, and that's what we've done. Again, I talk about, you know, Andy spoke about it before back in the Fergie days when you'd scrape them 1-0s and you'd just be happy that you got out of there because it's 3 points on the board that's going to get you. If you look back, they're the ones that win you the league. And whatever we end up doing this season, I personally think we should be looking behind us rather than in front of us. After what happened yesterday, with all the teams around us dropping points, obviously Bar City, it was massive to go and get that result today. I said, you know, imagine Newcastle and Spurs have both won. The pressure would have been even more on us and we're more likely to slip up and lose points. The fact we didn't, and the fact it looked like for 80 minutes that we could do, and the manager, who for me is the 3rd best manager in this league at the moment, I think he is just, mate, I swear to you, like, he's just unbelievable, this manager. He's unfazed, he's at the 4th official straight away. That tackle on Malassi, you saw him on the touchline, giving it to him, like, he's invested. He loves it. He's absolutely all the way a Manchester United manager. Better than any manager we've had since Fergie. and I'm going to say it, apart from Matt Busby, probably before as well. He's up there already. And if he's backed and the owners and he gets proper backing and the team he wants, he's winning us the league. He's winning us the league because to do what he can do with this team after last season, the majority being the worst ever Manchester United Premier League team in history, to get us even thinking that we could try and go for a league again it's night and day. And all I can say to you is, Erik ten Hag, I absolutely love you. And these players, most of you, I feel very fondly of you. Let's just say that.
Big up.
I'm buzzing.
Big up to Zamiasi. Says Haaland out for Wednesday. Come on, you Gunners. Viva Arteta Revolution. We have Jesus and Balogun coming back. But they won't be back though, will they? Because one's out alone and one's injured. So I don't understand.
Is Haaland not playing Wednesday?
He just came off with apparently a slight injury, and apparently he's making up rumors that
he'll play.
We'll wait and see.
He'll play.
Like,
it's the biggest game of their season.
1 point out of 6 for Arsenal. Ooh, interesting though.
Yeah, I was told last month the league title was done.
Oh yes, exactly. As soon as we lost, well,
I told
we were out of it.
I thought Arsenal were champions, but I kept saying like, "Yo, the season's still a long time to." I'm saying Arsenal can't. I'm saying this is not over.
We could be doing what I could say this now, like the US military are saying. I cannot confirm or deny. We're going to shoot something down and we're going to do something this season. So I'm on the field. I'm on the fence when it comes to this alleged conspiracy title bid.
But if you know what it is, Andy, if you feel like something special is happening, then you should feel like that. Because at the end of the day, they've got the belief United. So if you feel like United are on some sort of train and it's not going to go away, and you've got that feeling within you, because I feel like you've probably had it the strongest out of us four.
Yeah,
had it more stronger.
Yeah,
so how do you feel about this season? How do you feel about this United? Supposedly, where we're going, and is it a title race for you?
I mean, I'm looking back to nostalgic things to try and, like you say, 30 years ago, we lost our first 2 games and we won the Premier League in 92-93. This is what we've done again this season. We went out early of the Europa League that season, I remember. Even Schmeichel scored. But this season, we've got Barcelona. Basically, it's a free hit. It's a free hit. If we lose, so be it. It depends how you lose. We're in a cup final 3 days later. Massive. And after that, we've got a quarter final of the FA Cup as well. And I mean, after Barcelona, we can and after the cup final, we can look at it and evaluate what we're going to do. I mean, you could even have an idea what's going to happen come after Wednesday night. Because far as I'm concerned, we've played them 2 now. It's in our hands. If they want to knock each other for 6 and 7 bells, there's no guarantee we're going to win all our games, but there's no guarantee they're going to win all their games. 75 to 80 points will win you a league. And we've done that. Arsenal's done that. It will not be a 90-point last day scenario like Liverpool City last couple of years. So I still look at the cups and I still say we've nailed the top 4 place. Definitely, we're carrying on. I would say another 9 points. We've nailed the top 4. So we
had a Tottenham now.
It's 7. 17 clear Liverpool.
I think I agree with that.
Clear Newcastle.
I think top four is and how many points have we had at Liverpool again? Did you say there, Andy? How many?
17.
Yeah,
7 clear of Tottenham.
Yeah, 1-7 that is, people. 1-7.
It's mad.
It's mad.
I mean, like you say,
I just don't like Liverpool in it. That's all.
Reevaluate your options after the Barcelona in the cup final, because you say you could lose a cup final, you could lose Barcelona in a cup final. I mean, 5 games from now, guys, 10 to go. We'll see where we are in 5 games from now. If we're there 5 points with 10 games to go, yeah, I could see Double A having a interesting look there. Bit of a bond there. I could see it in his eyes. Interesting. So you don't know anything can happen with 3 points for the win. I mean, this is. I never thought I'd say this, because 12 months ago we beat Leeds and we were on 46 points and we were in the top 4 and it fell apart. After that, it fell apart. This is different. This is a completely different feeling, different mentality. No bitching. This is a united team squad. This is a family vibe thing, and I love it. There's love between the fans and the players, and that is all we ever wanted. And with, like I say, if next week as well, off the field issues could be coming to a conclusion. We could have new owners. So feel good factor, feel good vibe. Let's piss off our rivals. I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it's a good sight though. The league table, flawless. You know what I mean? It's good to look at there. We're comfortably in fourth. We're comfortably in third. Sorry. Obviously we're 5 points clear of Newcastle. They've got a game in hand. But again, game in hand don't mean anything. We never took advantage of our games in hand. You know, we drew to Leeds. We drew to Crystal Palace. So we didn't take advantage of our games in hand. So it doesn't mean anything. You have to win the games in front of you. And we've done that. I think for me, the Tottenham one is very significant. 7 points clear of Tottenham. That's very significant. When they've got their own fixtures and they've got their own problems now. Bentancur's now supposedly out for 4 months.
Yeah, he's out for the season. Yeah, he is out for the season. He is.
Is he out for the season?
He's out for I think it's the season. Is it not ACL? I swear it's an ACL. I got told 6, but I could be wrong. In the chat, let us know. Oh, you heard I heard ACL. So we're
even if it's 4 months, he's out for the season because it's Feb. So
yeah, that's true.
That is a big blow, you know. He's their best midfielder.
Yeah, he's their huge. Best midfielder. And even bigger problem is the guy that got in the dugout in Antonio Conte. So that's why I don't worry about Spurs. I legit don't. Like, no disrespect. They have good players. Yes. What are you saying?
He says
6. Yeah, I thought it was 6 to 7 months. Yeah, ACL. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, like you said there, that's a big blow. Man. Of course, they got talented players, but with Conte, they're a ticking time bomb. They are a literal soap. We're just waiting for the blockbuster big ending. When Conte like flips out, calls out the board or calls out plays. So I don't worry about
Newcastle's to throw away when it comes to a top 4 spot. Because if Liverpool get the shit together, I could see Liverpool taking that 4th spot if they got their shit together. If. And
you know,
that's
they have
to
win.
If.
They have to win a crazy amount of games. You know, Chelsea have to win something out of 8. How many games are left in the season? Guys,
bear in mind to cut you off though. Speaking about Liverpool, Thiago's also injured. He's out for 4 weeks, so that's a massive blow to them.
Yeah,
Thiago, who is their best, very similar to Bentancur. He's Liverpool's best midfielder.
Liverpool are dead.
So I don't worry about them. Liverpool ain't getting top 4.
Liverpool got more bucks out than away wins. I was hearing that last week. Flawless sent me that. Laughing my head off for that voice recording.
Yeah, they got more bucks out than they've got Premier League wins, period. Yeah, Newcastle next week.
Exactly. Newcastle next week as well.
This
is draw written all over it.
No.
You don't know. Yeah. You don't know, man. He said he got Everton tomorrow, but that's Sean Dice bounce. It's not rocket science. Just put it in the net. So this is a big week for Liverpool if it comes to just trying to having a shred of a Champions League chance. But like I say, I don't think they'll do it.
They've got more chance of winning the actual
in regards to us, I think top 4 is secure. I think, and that's that's for 2 reasons. 1, because of how we're going and how good we are, and 2, I was going to get to this. I don't rate the teams who are chasing us. Newcastle are a good side. Don't get me wrong. Defensively, very solid. They don't score goals. They don't score goals. They don't here's the thing is, if you give them a Rashford, then they're us. Because we're defensively solid, but struggle to score goals. But they don't have a Rashford to take them over the top.
It's like Leicester. When Leicester won the league, they had Vardy. They're like Leicester without Vardy. That's what it is. For me,
and then they don't even have a Maris to match up with that. But
they're on the brink, but they're not there yet. They're going to invest and they're going to get better.
I see Leicester in United. I really do see Leicester in United. The mentality, just 0 goal difference, just chipping away 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins, 1-0 wins, 2-1s. You get a 3-0 here and there. Like our goal difference now is like 10 now. It's a little, it's better. So
City and Arsenal,
just getting a vibe.
But yeah, I like our chances of top 4. I really do. Yeah, go on, Saeed.
I'm just saying, everybody's struggling for a main source of goals. Obviously, Haaland's Haaland. Also, a bit now kind of struggling in terms of maybe finding that killer instinct now, and things are not they're not scoring as freely now. Obviously, it's just a little blip for them. But, look at Tottenham. It's only Harry Kane, the source of goals. For us, it's Rashford. For Liverpool, well, listen, it's Liverpool.
There's
Chelsea,
nobody. There's no one.
Exactly, there's nobody. But like, there isn't like a crazy amount of source of goals in terms of the top 6. You know what I mean? That's why it's been that kind of crazy this season. Like,
Because
you know, what I mean? Nobody's kind of running away from it. Obviously, we're doing what we need to do, but it's kind of mad when you look at the league and how it's kind of been
Because what it
Brighton and
is,
Fulham
Tanya,
around. You know, it's
yeah,
mad.
all the teams you mentioned there in terms of the traditional big 6, minus Manchester City, and they'll go again, are all progressing. Arsenal have done very well this season, but they're not the finished article. We still need to improve. Newcastle still need to improve. Like, so that's why the likes of Brighton and Fulham are taking advantage of that. That's what it is. And you throw Brentford in that mix as well. But I like where we're going, yes. And we all know we've spoken in this show in depth about the summer we want Manchester United to have and the players that we need. Bear in mind, players that are missing. Martial can't stay fit. Anthony is now out as well. So that's 2 of our better attacking players.
Crazy.
So that doesn't help. But yeah, this Barcelona game on Thursday, I'm very much looking forward to. And I think top 4 is secure. So I'm saying we go for that. And as long as we avoid defeat in the new camp, I think we get through that tie. You know, with it, Double A.
I'm still very worried about the fixture pile-up. If we can get players back and not constantly have injury worries. Anthony's worrying me a little bit now. He's having a few injuries. I just worry about the amount of games, and you know, even when we beat Barcelona.
Now when say it, man. I'll say it when. I'll do it. I'll go out on a limb and say it. I'll say you can say if Andy. I'll say when. I'm confident we get past Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? The same way you're on the title race saying that I'm not this.
I can take a little up. We get beat, so be it. I can say,
like
at the start of the season, that trophy was a priority for us. But like you say, as you go along the season, reevaluate your options. When everybody went out, when half of London went out, well, all of London went out the League Cup.
Yeah.
Then you're looking at Christmas. Wow, there's a League Cup here that could be finger. Newcastle will be thinking the same as well. Fair enough. But then, like you say, FA Cup, home tie. You get past West Ham, you're in a quarter final. You get another home tie. You know what I mean?
We love the home ties, man. Even though they rinse our money.
Man City's got Bristol City away. So you don't know. You just don't know, people. Every game's a reevaluation of where you want to be, what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm being a bit pessimistic, and I think I'm just looking ahead when I shouldn't. You know, I've said numerous times on here, let's just enjoy every game is enjoyable. You know, Andy said it before. It was such a I never felt so disconnected to this football club last season, to the point after the Atletico game, I didn't go again for the rest of the season. I just felt I couldn't force myself to go. It was not enjoyable. And this season, the atmosphere is just incredible. The smiles on faces walking up. Well, we was all stood around Wednesday having a nice chat and a giggle. Yeah. I became Andy's official photographer. People asking for selfies. I had to start charging people. You know what I mean? My thumb. I've got a blister on my thumb from tapping people's phones that much.
Nobody was charged, by the way.
Nah. But it's just another level there at the moment. I have to get over myself and stop being a little bitch and just say, listen, this team is enjoyable to watch. And Erik Ten Hag is bringing us good moments. And let's go and smash Barca. If we come out of a draw from the new camp, we take them back to ours. Old Trafford rocking. We're battering them. And then we go from there, and then we get Division FC from whoever, the back end of nowhere in the next round. We go from there, innit? And then we meet Arsenal in the final, batter them. So let's just do it, man.
See, that's how I look at it. But that's how I'm looking at it, though, in regards to the Europa League, the same way Andy spoke about the draw. When I look at the Europa League past Barcelona, I think even if we don't have to play our strongest team to get through that.
Yeah, you don't.
I genuinely don't think that. If we play a Union Saint-Gelo from Belgium, we don't need our first team to beat the top team in Belgium or second or wherever they're at. Just using them as an example. That's just to me, though. So I don't think I don't see it as a fixture pilot because it's not first. Same way that today Ten Hag switched up and we seen Maguire play. Like that type, we've seen Sabitzer play, Fred play. These players don't play if we have all our first choice players available. True. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Big up to Samuel Tway says, we need Ivan Toney. He taught Saliba lesson. Alpha striker energy, bro. Yo, listen, he cooked him.
The cat's up not when he's in F8. He could get banned.
When is this?
We ain't going to touch him.
Forever.
Yeah, they need
It's
to let us
charged.
know because we got things at stake. We're invested in this, so they need to let us know.
Yeah.
I'm invested in this.
I mean,
should
next
say, 'cause I haven't
weekend's
told you to strike
fixtures
at
as well. If you look, we've got Leicester. Arsenal's got
Leicester's
City
gonna be
and
tough.
Villa. We could be 2 points behind Arsenal come next Sunday night. And look, but it's there.
Andy's
It's
got
there.
the ribbons on the trophy already.
Andy's
Andy's already
saying it.
fucking.
No, but
It's day
it's
off
there.
work for the
It's
parade,
there.
Andy.
It's clear. It's there.
He's
It's
doing
clear as day. It could happen. And you guys
It's
are
too
like,
much.
nah.
You know why it's too much, Andy?
Leave it, nah.
It's the pile up of the squad, man. I think we're stretched so heavily. But what I want to say though is, guys, don't you think it's a beautiful thing that we're still in every competition and yet we've had all these injuries and still yet Ten Hag has made it, to where we
Ten
are
Hag
now.
is different, man. That's why that man give that man his flowers. Not even his flowers. Give him the whole goddamn flowers.
Ajax on 4-5 fronts, and he during his when he was managing the Dutch league, the Dutch Cup, Champions League as well. He was managing for like 3-4 games a week. He's done that. So he's won a double with Ajax last season. So you don't know what he's gonna do.
No, you don't. This is what I'm saying. You don't know what he's gonna do, man. And someone LL's got your fever, man. He's spreading the fever, and he says, "I'm with Andy. There's magic about this team. There is, and it's kind of resilient."
We all agree with that. I think
Something in the wind, definitely.
That's just the curry I had last night, Andy.
Now, be the beans on
toast. You know what it is? Like I said, there's always a Crystal Palace away or Leeds at home result.
Of course, there's always a that's
the problem is. Imagine I'm not even saying win both those. Imagine we would have won one of those games and we're now 2 points further along. Would we be level with City right now if we had 2 more points? And we'd be 3 points off Arsenal. That's why I don't think we can win the league. It's games like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's those two. That's what it is. I want to be wrong though, Andy. I want to be here and we're talking 5 games to go and we're 4 points off the top of the league. Because then I'm with you. Then I'm there like, all right, we can do this. I just don't trust this team over that length of period of time. That's just me, though.
But you say, there's always a Crystal Palace, and I fully agree. The Premier League can throw up bumps, cups can throw up bumps. One thing we have to take from today, especially like I said, this team bounces back. This team is never beaten, and that's the most important thing. I'm talking like a bloody politician, and I say to you that this Manchester United team are built different now. Built different, mentality monsters. And I have to say, just before we move on, I don't know how many likes we're on. You need to all smash up the likes, but I love
over 1,000 people here.
I love looking through the chat on this show because it's just hilarious sometimes. I have to say today, I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can answer it. Not many Arsenal fans this week. It's been Arsenal heavy the last couple of weeks.
There you go.
Hey, I ain't seen many gunners in this chat today. What's going on, boys? You normally here before us. I can't see you,
See Troops' interview. He was not happy. He was not happy, boys.
What was he saying?
It's football. It's just football. You don't know. He could be happy as Larry come Wednesday night. He really could. But then again, it could be AFTV old days Wednesday.
It's not Wednesday today, though, Andy. It's not Wednesday today.
No, it's not Wednesday today.
I feel like for me, it's one of them situations where, game by game, and obviously Leicester as well won't be a pushover. They've picked up a little bit of form now out of nowhere.
Yeah, 6 points. They smashed 2 teams, haven't they?
Yeah, 2 teams out of nowhere.
8 goals
in
scored.
the last 2 games. Yep, 8 goals.
Iñárritu's on fire. Barnes, who I always rated, he's very good now. James Maddison, who I want next summer. Obviously, it depends on we want him. So, he's coming out of nowhere. So, listen, they'll be difficult. And you know what it is? And this is where I think the shortcomings will be, that we'll have put a lot into the week. And then we'll get to Leicester, who will have a week off, by the way. Week off to prepare for that game. They'll be a bit more fresher. Not to say it's an excuse, but I'm saying it's a factor in the result. And I think we just have to just take it game by game. And like I said, we're stretched now. I mean, hopefully Casemiro's back for the Europa League game or whatnot. And, we just lacking midfielders. Kobe Mino wasn't on the bench today. Zidane Iqbal was. So, we are stretched. That's why you see Weghorst in the 10 role, who I thought was unbelievable, by the way.
Our midfield that finished the game was Sabitzer, Fred, and Weghorst. That was our midfield three today. That ties into it. Yes, Ten Hag continues to work miracles. These players continue to put in the effort and continue to get results, but eventually that will catch up with you. That's why I'm not talking title charges. That's why it is one game at a time in the Premier League. This is deja vu all over again. We had this conversation on this show before Palace and Arsenal. We dropped points in both them games. We had this conversation just last week before the 2 Leeds games, and we dropped points in one. It's not out of the realms of possibility, people. And I just, after rain on the parade, like keep people's feet on the ground, that we drop points to Leicester, who are now in good form. Should we beat Leicester? Yes. Am I confident of beating Leicester? Yes. But this isn't out of the realms of possibility. Bear in mind, we play Barcelona 3 days before. That could play a factor. Do I want to be? Well, we'll see. Well, hopefully we beat Barca and we beat Leicester. And then we're here talking, Andy will have the banner behind him saying champions. You know what I'm saying? Champions.
No. League Cup winners.
Oh, League Cup winners. My bad. Sorry, my bad. You're right.
First.
You're right.
I've touched that trophy. I've held it. I've kissed it. And I want to do it again.
Yeah, man. You're a legend. It's only right.
Yeah, exactly. Big up to Sandeep. Says certain man were telling Garnacho to hold smoke, and he replied, "Shush." Well, there you go. Listen, Garnacho today delivered, and he got the goal today. Big up to Garnacho coming back as well from what was a kind of a frustrating week. And like I said, he's still young, he's still developing, and he came back and he got his goal. So fair play to Garnacho. Big up to Nick Man, says big up lads. What a great 3 points. Doesn't matter if someone sometimes have a bad game. These wins are always great for confidence. MUFC. Again, great for confidence, great for the morale. I don't know if you see video between Fred and Bruno. You know what I'm saying? They're just having a little banter in the car and that. Like, they want to go into work. They want to go into training now. Last year, there was all these kind of leaks, and all these kind of, bitter situations. Now, there's not. It's just kind of, it's a good feeling around the club, innit? It's a good feeling.
Absolutely a great feeling, because when you're winning games, everyone's full of confidence. Everybody wants to play. Morale is high. You're also chasing trophies on all fronts. 3, if you're talking to some, 4 to others. But that's why, even though the fixture list compile up isn't a good thing, I like it though, because it shows we're intro. You don't want our season over. You don't want to be like Liverpool and it's February and your season's done. Season's over. Chelsea season's over. Like, you got nothing to look forward to. You got nothing going on. Because there's no guarantee Chelsea get past Dortmund, and we know Real Madrid are going to slap Liverpool. Then what? So you're just playing 3-4 months, and you're just like, we've been there last season, seasons before, all the seasons gone by, where we're not competing for anything. We're out of the FA Cup, we're out of the League Cup, we're nowhere near the Premier League, and we ain't going to win whatever European competition we're in. I'm glad we can sit here and discuss being in the Carabao Cup final, FA Cup quarter-final that Andy's mentioned, Europa League against Barcelona, 2-legged tie, also being third in the Premier League and not a million miles off the top. Now, these are good things to have, so it's good to see. It's just a question of getting players back, the players keeping their feet on the ground, which I'm sure Ten Hag will do, and just take it game by game and go pick up that trophy at the end of the month.
Absolutely. Big up, says Ramal, says Andy the legend. Guys, still over 1,000 people in the chat. Big up to everybody who supports the channel. We always get mad numbers on the Sunday podcast, so we appreciate you guys supporting the channel, watching the shows. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it, man. And make sure you're following everyone's channels, Talking Kit, Andy Tate's channel, and obviously Sarcasm City as well. Make sure you're following that. But yeah, listen, I think for me as well, the tactical element of the Sandro Martinez double A of coming in, that helped us massively, because he just started to give us a bit more zip in the passes. And he's just, like, honestly, man, like, I just love this Sandro. What a signing he's been, man. Like, what a signing.
Best centre back in the world under 6 foot. He's unbelievable, mate. He's like,
there you go. There you go.
Like, genuinely, like, man, you run out of superlatives for how amazing this guy is. He amazes you every time you see him, and he's growing in confidence. He's a leader already in that team. You can tell he's massively respected. He probably changed the game for me. I think he's the one that changed the game. He got his foot on the ball, because one thing Shaw's still learning centre back, and I think he had a great game. Don't get me wrong; I think he played well there. We saw little glimpses of what were we calling him? Paul-Luke Shawdina. That's the one. Yeah. Saw little glimpses of that, and then he went back to. And Maguire's Maguire. I'm not going to jump on his back, because it's not worth it, because we won. Even though I will say his little interview afterwards was very egotistical. He was saying it's not about him.
I didn't like that.
He said it's not about him, but really it is about him, because I want the team to win.
It's not about about me, but it is. Be thankful.
Wait, who said this?
Maguire comes out afterwards and he must have asked, how is it hard not playing? And he's like, oh, well, it's not about me, it's the team. But then he does drop in, I am the captain of the club. What? Why'd you have to say that, bro? Like, why'd you have to bring it back to yourself? And this is what I mean. It's give with one, take with the other.
That little ego.
Yeah. Oh, of course, but I'm not getting on his back. Let's leave it there. But he came in and he was driving forward with the ball. He could take it into midfield. We haven't got that ball playing midfielder. Sabitzer and Fed were doing well, but we need someone to drive through, and he was doing that really well. And mate, he's going to be a big miss on Thursday for sure. I think Shaw can come in again with Varane. We've got Casemiro there for that extra protection. But it says a lot when a player that was absolutely ridiculed for coming into the league, we saw all the memes. We've seen people calling him Frodo Baggins and all this bollocks and everything like that. And it's like, to say that we're absolutely going to miss him so much when he's not in the team. And we saw it today. It was a surprise he didn't start because he's not playing Thursday. So you probably would start him. But I just love him. I think he's just been an unbelievable signing and worth every single penny of what we outlaid for him. And someone in the chat that before said future captain. I agree with that. I could see him wearing the armband. He's an unbelievable player, and it's a reason why I class Argentinian centre backs as some of my favourite, because they've got the dog in them, haven't they? They've got the absolute dog in them.
No, 100%. They've got that kind of it's that dog and that kind of spirit and the leadership, and they just come with that energy, man, that aura, and it's just kind of an Old Trafford has just warmed to him. You know what I mean? So it's kind
like
of
a
mad.
dog. It's like a dog. Once it's got a sniff, it's on your case. He's on the trail, and he won't let go. And once he gets his jaws on you, he clamps down. You cannot shake him at all.
Yep, exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm like I said, I'm enjoying it. And I thought today, like I said, the goals came. Rashford again, another header, and it was just an important win, man. But Rashford again, another header, another goal, Andy. Amazing season. It's quite mad that he's dragging us right now. I know the other people are chipping in with a few goals, but it's crazy that the goal involvements now. It's actually mad. 21 is it now for the season, or 22? I'm not
Some
sure.
of that 21, 22, like you say. I mean, his header's ability was basically non-existent. And if you think back to the goals he scored today with got the West Ham goal as well. Yep. Wednesday night as well. I mean, I say Benny McCarthy. He's been taking hints off Benny McCarthy, and definitely,
absolutely,
an old pro. Right, this is how you head a ball, like, you know what I mean. You go with your feet. I mean, to be fair, his only ever other header before them was on his debut against Arsenal, and that was like a little nick. I remember that. But he's definitely he's in the groove, man. Blooming hell. Sometimes you just got to look after him and wrap him in cotton wool.
Yeah. Sandeep, man, you know what I mean? Chill.
Can we just pause? Can we just pause on that one?
Yeah, pause on that.
Can I just jump in there just to go off Andy? One thing, Andy, I've always been really frustrated at in Manchester United is if you look through history, the strikers we've had, why have they never been on the coaching setup? Van Nistelrooy, before he was a manager, he was one because he was at the Netherlands as an assistant. I was begging for him to come in and be a coach for our forwards. Martial, Rashford, all these strikers could have learned so much. Even, Rooney's gone on to be a manager. Van Persie's over at Feyenoord. I've always wanted a top-class striker in the playing days to come in and be a coach for these strikers that we have, especially one that's played for the club, because they know how important it is to wear the badge of Manchester United. But I have to say, Benny McCarthy, you've come in and the job you've done in Rashford, he's actually starting to look like a number 9 for me now. He's playing smart. He's working hard in between the lines, and I think I could see him moving there permanently, because I think when he's on the wide, especially on the left, he takes too many touches. He wants to shoot. He wants to score the goals. He's getting that head game now in there, and I think. I'm sorry. And I think he could eventually move to a number 9, and I would like to see that, because we can go and get another couple of wide players. Garnacho's going to improve. Anthony's going to improve. Sancho is hopefully going to improve. And yeah, I'm excited to see the development of Rashford in his prime years, because I can see him as the main man for United up top for sure.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm just kind of Benny McCarthy. Like I said, he needs his like deserves his praise. And you know what? You can see it in training sometimes. You know what he's doing and what he's trying to build. And you know, he was a top striker, man. Let's not kid ourselves. Porto days, Blackburn days, top striker, man. So I think for me, he deserves a lot of his praise. And obviously, Ten Hag. Now you see the relationship he's got with Rashford. He's loved him since day one, when everyone thought, including me, that Rashford was probably on the downward spiral and whether he could get that form back. He believed in him. Nobody else believed in him. I mean, maybe there's people out there that said, you know what, Rashford is confident, but most of the people are like, well, let's see what Rashford can do now with this manager. Can he be the one that kind of kickstarts his career? But he's done that, and the manager's always had that faith in him no matter what. So it's good that now, you know what I mean, he's paying back the manager, and now the reward is abundant. Like it's clear for everyone to see, you know?
Absolutely.
So you know what I mean? It's crazy, man. And for me as well, I thought Luke Shaw as well kind of like eased in as well and had a good kind of performance-ish at centre-back as well. Flawless. So everybody's pulling in their weight and giving what Man United what they want. And that's what you want, innit?
Ten Hag has given everybody a platform to succeed, and we're seeing that. Everybody's improved. Players we wanted gone over this end of it. We all, at some point, every United fan wanted at least one, bare minimum, at least one of these players gone, like within the entire squad. Like you mentioned there with Luke Shaw, what a cross that was today. That's a quality cross. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, we going away to the new camp. Martinez isn't available. And I'm saying, yes, play Luke Shaw in the back four. Like, I want to see him in there ahead of Maguire, ahead of Lindelof. I can't believe that. That's one of the players of White sold. I thought there was no way back for Rashford last season. But the thing is, people, I'm very happy to be wrong about these things, because Rashford playing in the form he's playing in and Shaw playing well means better for Manchester United Football Club. That's all I care about. Is I want the best players out there performing to a high level, because Rashford's aerial ability, like, that header's not being spoken about enough. That's not an easy header.
Bro, it's one of them headers where you've got you're almost unbalanced. So you've got to move with the ball,
and he's directed it. And we're seeing him do this. Like, we've seen him do this consistently, because the header in the last game as well was the same. Like, that's not easy. That's not easy. If that's a big 6'4" striker, we're waxing lyrical about their aerial ability and how good it is. But because it's Rashford, it's kind of not being praised, because we don't know Rashford for that type of thing. It's more him running in behind, using his pace. No, this is a whole other element to his game now, that we can cross the ball into the box, and if Rashford gets a chance in the air, he'll probably score or hit the target. It seems like, when's the last 2 games in a row where Rashford hasn't got a goal or assist? It's crazy. But also, on top of his goals and assists, he's also impacting matches overall. So it's not like he's just scoring and then he's doing nothing else, or he's just getting an assist and doing nothing else. No, he's impacting matches positively. He's linking up. He's being a threat, spinning in behind, dropping shot, all of that stuff. And he's full of confidence. And Benny McCarthy thoroughly deserves his flowers as well. And long may it continue. I'm just hoping more players can chip in with goals as well.
I think IQ wants to talk about Bruno. I think Bruno, everyone knows how he plays, innit? It's very, very much case of it's frustrating, but
he's just not that good. Sorry to cut you off, Saeed. He's just not it. He's just not that good. That's what it is, and people don't like it. And this is why the last game, when Garnacho was getting all that criticism, because obviously when United draw or lose, social media wants to blame someone. If Anthony was playing, Anthony probably gets the majority of the criticism Garnacho gets. But because there's no Anthony, there's no Martial, Bruno was our senior player. When's the last time this guy played well 2 games in a row? I've been asking this question. When's the last time we can say on a scale of 0 to 10, he's put in an 8 out of 10 or better performances 2 games in a row? Today, he was just okay. Leeds, he was poor before that. Arsenal, he was poor. How many games is he going to be average or below average? Yes, he'll get a goal or assist, but where's the performances from a 10? Like, this is what I'm saying, but people don't like it. People say, oh, why don't you like? Because of games like today. Stand up. You're our most senior central midfielder there. You're our best midfielder out there. Go perform. How's Weghorst outperform you today in your role? And we know Weghorst ain't no 10. I'm just not. Again, I want to be wrong. I'm expecting a big performance from him away at Barcelona, because I think that type of game suits him with all.
We're overplaying him, because obviously we don't have any options now. Ten Hag can't really pull him out of the team now. He has to basically still play
pull him out of the team, but I don't think it's an overplaying thing. I think it's a skill thing. All his best attributes are off the ball. One of his best performances is when we played Manchester City at home, and I think he was exceptional.
At home, yeah.
And he did the job on, I think, the fullback.
Look at today as well, that comment there. Please, can we appreciate Sabitz's pass to Shaw?
How
about Weghorst's pass to Garnacho for that second?
This is my like 100%. I mentioned the Sabitzer pass. I thought it was A1, and then what Shaw did again was A1, and Rashford we just spoke on. But yeah, with Bruno, like I say, you know what you're getting with him. This is why I don't even criticize him too heavy. Because like I said, all his best attributes are off the ball. You said it. Saeed, I think you tweeted it in one of the games and you was like, I need to see more from my 10 on the ball. He don't do number 10 things.
Like, yeah, he's more for the work rate, and I think
he's a workman like 10.
Yeah, that's what he is right now. So again, we just have to. I think it's one of the situations where obviously we're missing Eriksen, and we have to find other avenues to kind of bridge that gap when we do have adversities in midfield, because we are going to get more teams are going to play low block. They are. It's just one of them situations where more teams are playing low block now more than ever, and our midfield needs to do a lot more better. It's simple as that. Obviously, Casemiro's a big blow. Just kind of give us that solidity in midfield, making sure we're not getting easily bypassed. You know what I mean? We need to have that kind of, someone in there. But yeah, man, it's one of them.
I think Eriksen's a big miss as well. Sorry to cut you off.
Eriksen, we started to miss him now properly.
In terms of like keeping the ball ticking over, coming to demand the ball off the centre backs and the fullbacks, just small things. Like when he don't play, you notice the difference.
Do you not think
you always sort of criticize? Yeah, go on, Double A.
Sorry, but I was going to say, do you not think Sabitzer probably adds that with Casemiro back though? I think he takes on that Eriksen role. I think at the moment he's being asked to probably perform in a position he's not overly used to in a league he's not used to at all. Which is, it's like I can't imagine what it's like going from the Bundesliga at the best team in that league by a million miles, being dropped into a Premier League where every team is at you from minute one. I'm excited to see what he's like with Casemiro. I'm hoping we see that on Thursday. I think him and Casemiro is the best option. But no, I know what you're saying. Eriksen is a massive miss, but he's definitely been a player that's been overplayed because we were seeing him drop off a cliff after 60 minutes. And I think I said it on a show last night. The game against Arsenal, that first 45 minutes is the worst he's played for Manchester United. He was not in the game. He was being overrun. The ball, you look at the goal, that Saka's goal, he should have been tighter for that. But that's down to tiredness and mental tiredness at that, as well as physical. And I don't think we expected him to play as many games. He probably didn't expect to play as many games. Erik Ten Hag probably didn't expect him to play so many games. So I'm happy he's getting this rest because I think he'll come back. If he comes back before the end of the season, he'll be raring to go and helping the team out. I'm just happy we've managed to get someone in like Sabitzer because I think I've seen enough from him already. And I think today was a very good indicator of the player we potentially could have in a midfield that's fully functional with Casemiro back. As sad as it is that we need only one player to be functional in an effective way. But I think yes, I'm very excited for the future of Sabitzer, and I agree with you. If we go back to Bruno, I agree with you in we need more from him, and I think the player I would love him to be, and I said it the other week, is Odegaard, and I think he needs to be that type of number 10 and that midfielder because Odegaard is just dangerous every time to get the ball, and I think Bruno is very easily read, and I think he's very predictable in some of the things he does. But his energy and his attitude and his leadership, he took on the armband, and I think the players are 100% behind him. His goals have dried up a little bit. His assists have dried up a little bit. That chance today, he should be burying. And I think, I personally think he's low on confidence. And I think,
you think so?
I think so.
He's taking too much on.
The shot he took today is if that was Martial or Rashford last season, that's like, oh yeah, I can understand why he's missed that because they're not playing well. And I think he's suffering a little bit from that. And Saeed's right because he can't be taken out of the team because we have no one else to come in.
There is no one else. That's true.
And fill that position. So I understand the criticism and sometimes it is deserved. I just wish the fan base sometimes would maybe give these players a bit of a break and a bit of leeway to get form. Like I said before, we can't always be 100% on it. No one can in any form, in any way in life. And I think he is a great player, but he needs to do more in certain situations for sure. I agree. 100%.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Big up to everybody who's watching right now. We're going to wrap it up here, people. Let's get to 500 likes before the video ends. I think we're on, is it 441 people. So let's get that likes up. 60 more likes to get 500 likes, people. Let's do it. Big up to everybody who's locked in. I am going to be doing the Barcelona versus Villarreal watch along. Literally 15 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up here and then obviously switch it over. Double A, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right, you don't have to thank me, mate. Thank you for inviting me on as always. It's always, like I say, it's the best way to see out the week or start a week, whichever way you want to look at it. You know, it's the greatest podcast on the internet, mate, for sure. Like, you know, 4 legends together, smashing it, talking about the best club in the world. What can we say? Big up you three. Like I say, it's a pleasure to be here. The chat, as always, providing that entertainment. I'm always torn between listening to these guys talk ball. I listen to you guys talk mostly nonsense, but sometimes ball as well. Don't get me wrong. But no, talking kit. If you want to listen to me talk kit about football shirts, on my channel on YouTube is Talking Kit. We have 2 shows a week on there. One a live show on Wednesdays, and the Monday show, which is Desert Island Kits. Any Arsenal fans in the chat? There's a big episode tomorrow with an Arsenal fan. And let me say, his number 1 shirt he's going to take to Desert Island, I would have it. It's unbelievable. So that's coming out at 6 tomorrow. Go and check it out. Talking Kit. I mean, I don't know how many are in here, but if 10 of you can go and subscribe. Actually, I'm 14 away from 400. So if 14 of you...
No, just 14 of you lot go over now, man.
Go and subscribe.
Over there, man.
Get that done.
Easily done. Easily.
Get us to 400 now. Honestly, I'll be made up. So yeah, thank you, everyone. And I hope you all have a good week. For sure.
Big up, man. Big up, man. Obviously, Flawless. Big up to you as well. Nice for coming on.
Yo, big up for having me as always, Saeed, man. Love as always. Always great to see Double A. Always great to see Andy. Big up the chat. Everyone who's supporting this show. Continue to support the channel. Like Saeed said, yo, hit the like button on the channel here. And 14 of you lot go over to Talking Kit. And then when the 14 of you lot have gone to Talking Kit to subscribe, go over to Sarcasm City TV and subscribe as well. So yeah, road to 6K on there, people. So we're live every day.
Super Bowl night as well. Get over and watch
Super Bowl. Yeah, so live every day, people. Sarcasm City TV.
Are you doing the Super Bowl? Are you doing the Super Bowl?
Probably not going to do the Super Bowl, no. But there'll probably be a recap with the man on the Twitch. Yeah, I'm not. I leave it to them. Look, I don't watch NFL. So I don't watch the rest of the gang to deal with everything NFL related. But yeah, Sarcasm City TV, football, basketball, they're the 2 main sports that we cover on the channels. Get over to the Twitch. And yo, just love for having me as always, Saeed, man. And yeah, we're live tonight. Q&A at midnight, people. So that's sports Q&A. So get over as well.
There you go, people. There you go, man. Obviously, Andy, big up to you. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah, appreciate it. Find me on the Stretford Paddock and find me on the Man United Agenda. I host Monday nights on there. And big up for the legend of my associates in the 3 boxes above me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys watching the show today. Guys, like I said, don't leave this link. It's going to take you straight to the watch along, which will be in the link after this. So tune in and then later on.
Saeed, have you redirected it? Yeah. Have you put it in the redirect?
Yeah, redirected. Yeah.
I was just making sure.
There. Yeah. So big up to everybody who's here and I'll see you in a few minutes, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.